Shalom for everybody. This is Joshua Ben Levi, also known as Rab Joshua Ben Levi. And on this short video clip, I want to answer a question posed by one of our subscribers, one of our followers. And the question is the following. Rabbi, why are the Jewish people so hated? Why are they so persecuted? And I want to begin by clarifying that my answer to this question is simply my humble opinion. It doesn't necessarily reflect the position of any branch of formal Judaism. Listen, the problem we Jewish people have is the following, is that we have claimed for thousands of years that we are the chosen people, that we are God's people. What's the problem with that? The problem with that is that we are making a big claim over there. If we are the chosen people, if we are God's people, other people, the Goyim, the non-Jewish people, will expect to see us behaving differently. They will expect us to be more honest, more humble, more merciful, more gracious than the rest of the world. And unfortunately, that's not the case. Actually, Jewish people tend to be a little bit racist. They tend to be too often arrogant. They take too much for themselves. And again, they think they deserve everything. They are beyond criticism. And other nations just don't like it. And let me give you a simple example. We Jews are very good when it comes to making money, to saving, to doing business. And yeah, you can say that, you can argue that Jewish institutions are very generous, But the problem with that is that they're mostly generous with their own. Actually, too many Jewish scholars say that Jewish people don't have a command to love non-Jewish people. And this is something that is despicable, to say the least. So what I'm driving at is the following. A lot of the suffering that we Jewish people have to endure is due to our own faults. It's our own doing. And it goes so far as the following. If you read the history of the Jewish people during the Middle Ages, you find that there were a couple of big confrontations where Christians and Jews had to face off one another. The last one was the dispute at Tortosa, Spain, in the year of 1413. But something strange that you will notice is that in every major disputation, the people representing the Jewish group were of course Jewish. But the people representing the Christian groups were also Jewish. They just happened to be Jews that had converted to Judaism. And what I'm driving at is that we Jews are our greatest enemy. There is a story that, there's a rumor that Adolf Hitler was Jewish. It seems like his mom used to work for this Jewish family while she was unmarried. And she got pregnant during this time. And you know what? There might be a point. There might be a point to that story. Because in every generation, we have found that the Jewish people are their own worst enemies. In every situation, when the state of Israel was about to be given birth, the greatest opposition came from the Jewish community of Great Britain, and I could spend hours going on this. So yes, a lot of the suffering that we endure is our own making, is due to our own arrogance. We are too proud. We are too exclusive. And I'm going to finish with this example. Listen. There's a religion called Islam. Islam was born in Saudi Arabia, what is now Saudi Arabia, in the 7th century of the current era, Christian era. And if you study Islam and you read about it, you'll come to realize that Islam is like 85 to 90% Judaism. Their tenets are basically the same. A lot of their folklore, their lore, is exactly the same. Like Islam claims that there are 7 heavens, or they make of their own the story about Abraham, how he was threatened by Nimrod and was exposed to fire. There's a lot of Judaism in Islam. But then you wonder, how come during this era, the 7th century, how come while there were so many Jews living in Arabia, how come the Arabians, the Arabs, were mostly polytheists? How come a man called Muhammad, peace be upon him, had to be the one bringing monotheism to the Arabs? The Jews have been living there for thousands of years, for centuries, at least, for centuries. What happened? Well, what happened is the same problem that we face nowadays. You find that Jews will come to a country, okay, take Argentina, and they will not fulfill their mission. They were called to be nations, like to the nations. They were chosen to spread the values of monotheism throughout the world. But in Argentina, the Jewish community closed up itself, and in 1928 they banned any conversion to Judaism in Argentina. So it is not surprising that if Islam goes to Argentina, it will grow like crazy. And guess what? People will feel animosity toward the Jewish community of Argentina. Actually, there are some Jewish community outside Argentina that feel animosity against the Argentinian Jewish community, because that was not the call we received. We were not called to become an exclusive club, to become an arrogant people. If you go to Peru and try to convert to Judaism, it will be extremely difficult. You know why? Because most Jews living in Peru are extremely rich. And when somebody who's not rich want to convert to Judaism, they think that the reasons for the conversions are not sincere. This Peruvian just want to become part of this exclusive club of millionaires, of rich people, composed by the local Jewish community. And again, this is just despicable. I just pray that God will give us, the Jewish people, the wisdom to realize that we have to turn back to God. And if in order to do that, we have to learn from the Christians, from the Muslims, from other religious traditions, so be it. It will in the end bring blessing to our community and take us back to the original way, to the old way, the one commanded by Hashem, by God, to our ancestors. I hope this words will be a blessing to your life. Shalom to everybody.